Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, The King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances that are usually very good value for money. They smell good. I think at least you should do your research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So today I have another underrated brand or house, and this is very dear to my heart. This brand is Joop or Joop. Joop is a French design house, and they have been making fragrances for a very long time. From early 80s they started to make fragrances, especially a men's one. They have a big lineup in the men's fragrances and also some in the ladies, but their main focus is on the men's. I have had many Joop's during the years. Some of them discontinued, for example Joop Adam, Joop Jungle. There are a few of them that they've been discontinued, and they either you can't find them, or if you find them they are ridiculous price, £300-400. These are the ones that I have in my collection, and I'm going to mention a couple more because I had them but I don't have them anymore. So at the moment I have 6 of them in my collection, and let's start from the originator 1989, and this is Joop Homme, the pink juice. That's a neat introduction. Quite juvenile, quite obnoxious, loud, very modern. By the standard of his time, he was ahead of his time by 10 to 20 years, even more. Because even today, this one smells very trendy, smells very crowd pleasing, you know. Although it's not everybody's cup of tea, this one, the sweetness and the bubblegum, this is the bubblegum originator, okay? The original bubblegum started from this guy, so that's why it's very dear to me. I have had something like maybe 10 bottles of this, and I went through so many, and every time I finish one I have to get it, even though I have so many fragrances. It's one of those fragrances that I miss and I crave for it. So very sweet vanilla, bubblegum, cinnamon, huge in cinnamon, quite woody, a little floral, and overall this is, to me, is very pretty and ageless as well. Anybody can rock this. But let me read you the ingredients and we take it from there, okay? So Joop Homme, the original 19, let's go to the original one. So release date is 1989, as I said, and the perfumer is Michel Armerac. He's one of very famous perfumers in the world, and he did a fantastic job to make something completely new. At the time it wasn't heard of anybody put so much sweetness in men's fragrances, especially that bubblegum. It was unheard of. So he was the first to do that, and he was quite daring at the time. It was very popular in early 90s, early 2000, up to early 2000. It was the king for going out and clubbing and things like that, because nobody can fight it in terms of projection, in terms of longevity, and he was huge. Today if you buy one, it's still very strong, but it's nothing like when it was you know, back in early 90s. I remember I had a bottle of it, and probably it took me about 2 to 3 years to finish it, because every time I go out, just put 1 or maybe 2 at the max, because anything more than that you would choke yourself and others. So this is still very strong, and it's very good. So the list is endless, because it's one of those typical 80s fragrances that with endless fragrance. But the main thing I'll get from it is obviously sweetness from the vanilla. It's quite warm and spicy, and it's got white floral in it. Yes, it's quite powdery. The cinnamon is huge. Citrus in the beginning, but the citrus doesn't last that maybe 5-10 minutes. It's quite woody in the base, and the sweetness is always there. It's a little bit on the aromatic side as well, because it's got lavender in there, and also it's quite floral. So this is what I get mainly, but the list, as I said, is endless. Let me read you the list, okay, quickly. So top notes are orange blossom, mandarin, orange, bergamot, and lemon. Middle notes cinnamon, heliotrope, jasmine, cardamom, lily of the valley. Base note vanilla, tonka bean, sandalwood, patchouli, honey, tobacco, and vetiver. So you can see that endless breakdown of the notes, but this is what I get. The main that I said is sweet, bubblegum, vanilla, woody, quite floral in the beginning, quite citrusy. In the base it becomes a little bit on the green side, quite aromatic as well. So this is the main thing you get, but absolutely love this one. I give it 10 out of 10. I know some people think I'm crazy, I'm mad, but I'm crazy about this one, and for my taste, for my even my age, this one is quite on the junior side, but it's still I'm in middle-aged man. I still enjoy it every time I wear it. And my wife stole this one many times from me. Actually, I just got it back from her for this review. Okay, so let's go to the next one. The next one is I put them in order of release date. Okay, so the next one is Joop Homme Wild, and this one, guys, again, it's a original DNA in here, yes, but with amber and tobacco and a little bit of booziness added. So imagine that sweetness, bubblegum, woody, floral, everything is in there, is in here, plus added amber, give it a little bit of depth, plus the boozy feel of that combination of notes, plus the tobacco. This one definitely on the mature side, 25 and up to be on the safe side, but I absolutely love it. It's very underrated. This one unfortunately has been discontinued. The first one is still available, the original Homme, but this one I think is one of the best sellers in the world. This one unfortunately has been discontinued, but you still can find it, or if you go online and search it, go and get it before it disappears and it becomes a very, very ridiculous prices. I think still you can find it under £30. The same with the original one for 125 ml. These two are all at the toilets. So the main thing I'll get, again, a very boozy feel, quite woody, quite floral, spicy, sweet, quite musky in the base, and warm spicy, plus that, as I said, quite feel of tobacco, you know. So this one is, the perfumer is Eleanor Maisonette. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, and she did a very good job here. In Fragrantica it's got 4.1 out of 5 rating, which is for Fragrantica, that is very, very good. So on top we have pink pepper, middle note we have rum, base note we have tobacco, and woody notes. So note breakdown is quite simple, but it's much more complex than that. This is, as I said, the first DNA of the first one, the original one, but added amber, added the tobacco, and also booziness. Okay, but absolutely love it, but a little bit on the mature side, and you need to like these kind of fragrances. Still available, and if you can, go and get it before it disappears if you are a fan of the Joop line. Okay, let's go to the next one. The next one is Red King, Joop Homme Red King, and Black King. The Black King I don't have because, you know, I sold it. It's discontinued. Both of them are discontinued, but this one I think is still available to buy, the Red King. So let's go to the red. So Joop Homme Red King, and this one came out in 2016, and there is no perfumer. So we got, what do we have? We have the Red King. What we have cinnamon, red chili pepper, middle notes have orange blossom, patchouli, and in the base we have tonka bean and cedar. Again, very similar to the original one, but much more yeah, much more spicier. This the spices are like peppery, like as it says, pink pepper and black pepper. So they added so much pepper in here, but it's very, again, very close to the original, but absolutely gorgeous to the max. I love this one as well. Oh my goodness. Again, if you can, used to be going on the £30 these days. I don't know how much, but if you can find it for a good price, I highly recommend this one as well. I recommend all of this, but goodness me, what a smell. So little bit on the mature side again, 25 and up. The first, all of these actually are all year round. They're a little bit better suited for cooler weather, but you can wear them all year round if you control the trigger. For example, one on the chest, and that's it in the summer, in the heat. In the winter, you can go 2, 3, a little bit maybe even higher. But still, they are very strong. All of this, in terms of performance, projection, in terms of longevity, they are ridiculous. They're all around 7 to 8 hours, easy on the skin. If you go on t-shirt, they go on next day. So all of them are very, very good performer. Although these are quite old, I have them at least for 4 to 5 years in my collection. So maybe a little bit, maybe 3 to 4 years. But if you buy the new one, I'm sure they are still the same. For some reason, Joop, they never go too watered down in their reformulation. The first one I have, the original one here, is about 2 to 3 years old, but still super strong. Okay, so let's go to the next one, which is Joop Homme, and this is Absolute. Joop Homme Absolute, and this one came out 2019. So this one came out 2019, Joop Homme Absolute. So this one is again DNA of the original, yes, but it's got boozy feel plus licorice feel. Okay, so it's a licorice and booze added again, a little bit of I think it's got a tonka to darken it a little bit, but absolutely gorgeous. Oh my goodness, yeah, the licorice is big in here. If you don't like licorice, you won't like this, but I absolutely love it. So this one 2019, Joop Homme Absolute. Okay, so we got top notes. So where is it? Okay, top notes we got black pepper, in the middle ylang ylang, in the base we got incense, tonka and vetiver. Again, the note breakdown is quite simple, but don't be fooled by that. This is very, very complex fragrance. Again, similar to the original one, but added incense, added tonka to darken it, and also I smell lots of licorice in here for some reason. The licorice is quite strong, so if you don't like licorice, this is not for you. But the perfumer is Anthony Mazendu. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. Anthony Mazendu. He's done a fantastic job. 120 ml again. It goes around 30 to 40 pounds. Still available if you like licorice plus the DNA of the original. This is gorgeous, and a little bit. This is the darkest of them all. This is the one that is the darkest. This one is the brightest. This is the darkest. These two are the sweetest. We will come to them in a minute. So let's go to the next one, which is Joop Homme, and this is Eau de Parfum, and this one came out 2021, and in a way they went back to original. What I mean by it is this one should have been released 2021, and this one should have been released back in 1989, because it's got very classic, quite fougere, quite aromatic, quite a little bit of barbershop feel to it as well. But it's like DNA of the original, but they added some notes to it to make it quite classic, quite classy, like in 80s fragrances. Absolute gorgeous, but I love it to bits. Again, quite on the mature side, 25 and up, to be on the safe side. Let's go to so this is Eau de Parfum, Joop Homme EDT Parfum, and this one doesn't have a perfume. 2021 release. So top notes hazelnut, cinnamon, bergamot. Middle notes heliotrope, orange blossom, honey, cardamom, fir. Base note vanilla, tonka bean, sandalwood, moss, and cashmere and vetiver. So those notes, vetiver, cashmere, cashmere, moss, sandalwood, these things added to it to make it a little bit on the classic side. It's like a men's classic, men's very masculine classic smell. Okay, but still got the original DNA in it, but they change it a little bit with added notes, as I said. But again, absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Oh, gorgeousness to the max. Again, highly recommended. All of these are recommended to the max. You cannot go wrong with any of them, unless you're somebody who is one of those people who's always looking for niche fragrances. These basically are designer, but they are good designers. They are middle to high mid-tier designer in terms of quality. Okay guys, so let's go to the last but not least, and this is Joop Homme Le Parfum. It came out this year, 2022, and this one, the perfume, okay, it doesn't have any mention perfume. So this one is got 2022 release. This one's got top notes lavender, middle notes iris, and praline, and vanilla, and tonka bean. Again, the note breakdown is quite simple, but it's much more complex. This one's got iris in it, which makes it very interesting. Although it's not anything like your own lines. Oh my goodness, but this is the sweetest of them all. So imagine the original one was very sweet, but this is even sweeter than the original. So if you like it syrupy sweet, if you like it smooth, if you like it vanilla, vanillic, tonka bean, and also the iris making it quite smooth and giving it a little bit of medicinal feel, plus the lavender here making it very aromatic. Oh my goodness, the combination of I want to just drink it. It's so delicious. And this is the sweetest and the dressiest of them all. So if you want dress up, I think the Absolute and the Le Parfum are the dressier ones. If you want casual, the original one and also the Red King are the most casual. If you want them a little bit more serious, is the Wild plus the Absolute. These are the two serious ones. So guys, if you have any of them, if you know any of them, if you had any experience with these, let other people know your experience. That would be useful for them. If you recommend anything people should know about, they're good value for money, they last long, and also they smell good, put that in a comment as well. If you find what I do useful, informative, if you find it entertaining, if you find it in any way, shape, valuable, give me a thumbs up, subscribe for future videos, hit that bell button for future uploads, and share this one with others. There is a heart-shaped button in the bottom of the video. If you like to contribute anything to this channel, I will be very grateful. Anything will be very helpful. Thank you very much, and I always see you later. Bye.